Hey guys, hi, David Elliott here, Evangeline Mudd here, Andrea Wesson here. Well, not really here, but in spirit, she is kind of here. And you'll see that I am in a different place today. I'm in my living room today because it's kind of cold and windy in New Hampshire today, and I wanted to be cozy. And just to show you how cozy it is, I'm going to show you this. Look at that. I know. That's the wood stove going. And I'm going to sit right by it and get to reading. Oh, you'll see my hat today, right? I'm not really sure where this hat is from. I think it might be Indian or could be from the Middle East. There are some books behind me. Our house is full of books. To me, it's not a good room unless it has some books in it. I hope you have a lot of books in your house. And if not, there is another house that you can go to that's filled with books called the Library, the library. And I don't know how libraries are operating these days, but someday soon, I hope, they'll be available to you. Okay, let's see. Chapter 21, I see what you mean. And yesterday, I do see what you mean, but that's also the chapter of the title. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, yesterday, she found her parents after all this time in a hut. Remember the golden-haired apes carried them there. Well, let's see what chapter 21 has in store for us. Chapter 21, I see what you mean. It would be impossible to describe the reunion that Evangeline had with her parents. There was so much crying and laughing and hugging and nose-rubbing that it went on far into the night. Dr. Aphrodite Pickafley wasn't excluded from these goings-on either. Magdalena and Meriwether were delighted to see their mentor again, even if it was in a hut in the middle of the icky, nasty jungle. Evangeline told her parents all about her life at Mudd's Manor, and they told her all about the months they had spent in the jungle. "It's the golden hairs," Meriwether said. "When Rexy abandoned us, the golden hairs found us and brought us here, just like they brought you." "But how have you lived?" Dr. Aphrodite Pickafley asked. "How have you eaten?" "The golden hairs again," Magdalena answered. "They bring us our food." This was astounding news. "You mean the golden hairs are taking care of you?" Dr. Pickafley was practically shouting. "Oh, we've become quite good friends," Meriwether said. "There's a great deal about golden hair apes that you don't know, Aphrodite. We've been to some jolly golden hair parties in the last 4 months, let me tell you. You wouldn't believe how these apes can boogaloo. But whatever you do, don't play monkey tag with them. They cheat." "You played monkey tag with the golden hairs?" Evangeline asked. "It helped to pass the time," said Magdalena. "Of course, we didn't call it monkey tag," Meriwether continued. "As it turns out, golden hairs are extremely sensitive." "Still," Magdalena went on, "they're quite the party animals, if you'll pardon the expression. We plan to write a book about it if we ever get home." Evangeline couldn't believe what she was hearing. This was too much. "You mean all the time Melvin Mudd was bouncing ideas off me, you two were here playing games with golden-haired apes?" she said. "You mean you left me to play piano for India Terpsichore for hours on end so that you could have fun with the apes?" Dr. Pickafley looked at the floor of the hut and pretended that there was something very interesting down there that she needed to concentrate on. "But, Evangeline, darling," Magdalena said, "we were just trying to make the best of a bad situation, don't you see?" "No," Evangeline shouted. "No, I don't see. I don't see at all." "Darling," Magdalena replied softly, "you don't understand." "Understand what?" Evangeline shouted again. "There's nothing to understand." "We thought about you every single day," said Magdalena, hugging Evangeline tightly to her. "Every single day, Every single hour, every single minute, every single second, Meriwether added, hugging her even tighter. Then why didn't you come and get me? Asked Evangeline. Why did you leave me at Mudd's Manor? We would have come, darling, her mother said. We would have if we could have. But why couldn't you? Meriwether looked at Magdalena. Magdalena looked at Meriwether. Evangeline remembered that moment months ago when they told her that she couldn't accompany them to the icky, nasty jungle. Because, Evangeline, her father finally said, the golden hairs won't let us leave. We are their prisoners. For a moment, no one said anything. Even the jungle seemed to quiet down at this important news. Evangeline herself was dumbstruck. Of course her parents would have come to get her if they could have. Of course they wouldn't have left her to suffer at Mudd's Manor. But Dr. Aphrodite Pickaflea, sympathetic as she was to the misunderstanding between Evangeline and her mother and father, was still recovering from the news itself. What do you mean the golden hairs won't let you leave? She asked. I mean, every time we try to leave the clearing, they pick us up and bring us back, said Meriwether. They're quite gentle about it, but they're also quite firm. But why? Dr. Pickaflea asked. Why are they keeping you here? We don't know, Magdalena explained. They seem to think it's some kind of game, a kind of golden hair hide and seek. It's rather fun, actually, Meriwether added, if it weren't so frustrating, that is. He cast a guilty look at Evangeline. But by now, Evangeline was thinking of other things. With Rexy planning to tear down the jungle for toothpicks, there won't be any more hide and seek, she said. Toothpicks? Magdalena and Meriwether asked together. After all, they had been living in the jungle for 4 months. They had no idea what Rexy was up to. Evangeline told her parents about Rexy's latest plan. She even told them about watching the bulldozer push the tree over with the monkey and her baby. It's a disaster, said Meriwether. It's a calamity, said Magdalena. It's ridiculous, said Dr. Aphrodite Pickaflea. I refuse to be kept in a human zoo. No ape is going to keep me here, and to prove it, I'm going to march out of here right now. I'll get to Baba Bun, and when I do, I'll send for help for you all. It's quite useless, you know, said Meriwether. We've tried to escape every day since the day we arrived. Sometimes twice a day, Magdalena agreed, and each time we have been caught by the golden hairs and deposited right here in this hut. Just let them try that with me, said Dr. Aphrodite Pickaflea, and without another word she squared her shoulders and walked out the door. She's very determined, said Evangeline. Yes, she is, her parents agreed. In approximately 3 minutes, there was a gentle thud outside the door. Dr. Aphrodite Pickaflea walked in. I see what you mean, she said. Well, kind of mixed, right? Good that they're together, but bad that the golden hairs are trapping them. So many things are mixed like that. A little bit of good, a little bit of bad. Well, remember when they said Dr. Pickaflea was very determined? What are you determined about? You determined to have fun today? I hope so, but I also hope you're determined to do something good for someone today. Hey, let's take a look at the pictures here. Oh, here's a little spot art of Meriwether. I love how tall and skinny Meriwether is. I wish I were that tall and skinny. And there's Magdalena. They're meeting. They're getting together again. It's a happy moment. And I think there's one other piece of... Oh, maybe that's it. Let me see. Yeah, that's it for today. Well, tomorrow, oh dear, could be a sad chapter. I'm not sure. I can't remember. Chapter 22, Goodbye, Pansy. Well, we're getting very near the end. There are 25 chapters in the book. 22, 23, 24, 25. 4 more chapters. Well, a lot of things have to happen though, right? 1, they've got to get out of the jungle. 2, I hope they're going to stop. Rexy. We'll see. Okay, guys. Hope you liked today's chapter. Hope everything is good with you. And I hope there's some books in your room. Okay. Bye, everybody.